Everything is ready, boss. Them Humies is in for a good stomping. This is gonna be the best fight of their miserable lives.
Just make sure it's the last fight of their lives.
I don't take orders from you, Humie.
We've held up our side of the bargain, have we not? You wanted a new planet to wage war on, and we have given it to you. You wanted to face the Imperium's greatest warriors, the Space Marines. They are here. We've even provided you with weapons and Imperial tanks to use on the battlefield. And all we ask in return is that you keep the Imperials distracted from our operations here.
You've kept your word, but that still don't mean you can order the Orks around.
My apologies. We've delivered the last of the weaponry. They're in the hands of your servants. We'll take our leave now. I respectfully request that you keep the Marines busy for as long as you can.
We'll keep them more than busy. We'll keep them dead.
The thought of kowtowing to these creatures disgusts me. The Orks are a tool, nothing more. And quite an effective one, I might add. Perhaps. But I dislike providing such unpredictable aliens with our own weaponry. Lord Bale. Orks are not unpredictable. Quite the contrary. You can rely on them to turn against you. But they will honor our agreement as long as we provide them with enemies to satiate their battle lust. If we intimidated them into doing our bidding, showed them our strength, they would take pause before betraying us. You cannot intimidate something that knows no fear. Trouble yourself no longer with the Orks. We will have what we came for and be gone before they finish with the Imperials and turn on us.
Why is we talking with them Humies instead of fighting with them? Them smelly Chaos boys is weak. Not nearly enough of a challenge for the boys. If they were strong like Orks, they wouldn't need us to fight for them. We'll take their guns and their help, and when we're done chopping up all the Humies, we'll come back here and chop them up as well.
Orbital imagery shows a heavy concentration of Orks in the area. We must secure a location and establish a base before destroying the Warboss and his clan. Combine the holy fire of the whirlwinds with the jump packs of our assault marines. Cleanse this area.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Mission 4 of Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War. And in this level we are going to be dealing with the Orks once and for all, facing against their Ork Warboss, Orkamungus. And also get to face one of their special units called a Squiggoth, but we'll get into detail about that. For this level, we are introduced to the Whirlwind Tank and the Assault Marine Squad. The Assault Marine Squads have very nice melee damage as well as a jump back ability, and the Whirlwinds, of course, they have artillery bombardment that they can use. Very effective against masses of units, especially infantry. Unfortunately, not the most accurate of units to use. So we're going to patiently wait for them to destroy all of these buildings before we send in our assault marine squads. In the meantime, we can get back to discussing the Squiggoth. Now, the Squiggoth was the massive elephant-like animal that you saw when this video just started. What makes this thing very dangerous is it's number one, it's massive. It's got a massive amount of health, lots of damage for melee and lots of damage for range as well. So definitely not a pushover unit, but can be dealt with because it counts as a vehicle. So vehicle-based damage does a lot of extra damage to him. Space Marines, unfortunately, doesn't have a unit of that size and that caliber, but they do have a unit called a a Land Raider. And the nice thing with the Space Marines, though, is that you can have multiple Land Raiders in the game. So that kind of helps against the situation of having one massive unit. In order to get to these kinds of units, you need to have access to what they call in the game relic listening posts, and they are distinguished by having a golden-like color when just before capturing them. Now, in this level, unfortunately, there are no relic listening posts, sorry, not listening posts, strategic points. We will be getting access to them later on in the campaign. Eldar and Chaos have got their own version as well, which we will be facing in the game, so I'm not going to spoil that just yet. You can see that for yourself. Dealing with the small group of orcs is going to be quick, and now we're ready to get our base.
Our scouts report the Warboss is in the vicinity of this location. It seems a second Ork clan has gathered between us. They are heavily defended on this plateau. They must be eliminated to clear a path to the Warboss.
Awaiting orders. For the glory of the Imperial.
Getting started in this level is going to take a little bit of time because the listening posts are stretched out, and you don't want to go too far too quickly because we are facing quite a big army of orcs. So we're going to go about capturing this strategic point for now. Get our base up and running, just covering the basics, and then gradually move out. Now, it should be noted that the Orks have also got their own version of an assault marine squad called Storm Boys. And this specific location over here, they will be attacking. So putting up 1 or 2 heavy bolter turrets is going to be a very good idea in dealing with the Storm Boys. The Storm Boys do lots of melee damage, but they're not the most durable of units. Dealing with them is really not a problem, but of course they are very good at harassing, which you will see for yourself. So I think let's get the heavy bolters up and running immediately to cover this area. Get 2 more servitors in the meantime. Bring this group back because we might have some orcs that come and claim this area, and we don't want to end up losing important units like this so early. Get our power up and running, and then attend to the rest.
What is your to serve? I will
Perfect. Basic defenses are sorted. Now we can attend to the rest of our things.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Now, the Ork Warboss... Oh, there we go. Here are the Storm Boys. So you can see their damage is slightly higher than the normal assault marine squads, but we're dealing with them pretty quickly. Not too durable. The Ork Warboss is, I would say, the advanced commander of, like, the Space Marines. You could compare it to the Force Commander, but the Ork Warboss is stronger than the Force Commander. Now, usually with the Orks, we haven't seen it yet, but they have their first unit that they make is a...
Marines are now available to us. They can be built from the chapel barracks.
They make something called a Big Mech Boss, or just a Big Mech Commander. And the Big Mech is the introduction commander, and then instead of a librarian, you'll get the Ork Warboss. Now, the Ork Warboss is really, really strong. He's very durable, and he's got some other abilities that make him pretty damn impressive. So facing him is really, really not a pushover at all. So power is going to be sorted. We can now move out and capture the next listening post. It doesn't seem like they're going to be moving out to collect it just yet. And we need resources, because, yeah, it's a big problem for us. Ah, here they come.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Taking damage.
Or here he comes. One Nob Squad. Yeah, Nob Squads are probably the strongest of the melee units that the Orks have got to offer. They're incredibly tough. and high damage. You can't make as many of them as far as I remember, but still having a couple of those in your army,
Yes, most
no,
beneficent one.
it can be a problem. So under no circumstances ever should you send in your assault marine squads in order to deal with knob squads
I await
in one-on-one combat.
instructions.
Keep one servitor back in order to repair what we can. We should move towards getting a space marine
Here to
squad.
serve.
Power is going to be fine until we get to mech. Around this area over here, we will start making mech units.
An open mind is like a fortress.
Pull back, pull back, pull back.
And unguarded.
Come on, guys, pull back. These are knob squads.
I stand ready.
We stand ready. Faith is unshackled.
Try not to lose any of our units if we can help it.
Activating jump pad.
There is no such thing as innocence.
Yeah, you can see even the force commander takes a bit of damage from something like a knob squad.
Mortal Emperor. I will destroy their minds and burn their bodies.
Next step for us is to get the monastery up and running.
Mortal Emperor.
Charge.
What would you have me do?
Here to serve.
So that we can get access to our missile launchers. The sooner we get our missile launchers, the sooner we can really move out and deal lots of damage.
Here to serve.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred.
Alright, great. Now we have
No
a
such thing as innocence.
an okay amount of requisition coming up. Go and just deal with these guys.
My enemies are not Emperor still drawn.
Stand our ground and take care of these units.
Awaiting orders.
Here to serve.
We secured that one pretty quickly. Now let's not unnecessarily lose these units over here. They're just gonna get
An
massacred.
open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Vigilant.
Here to serve.
Engaging the
What?
enemy.
Yes,
Oh,
most
okay, I
beneficent
see.
one.
Yeah, we can bring this one back for now. No. Move back, guys. Don't get into unnecessary battle like that.
Stands with me shall be
Step, brother.
Knob squads.
Yes, my lord.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Okay, how's this coming on? Almost done. Let's get our... Yeah, let's get our target finders up and running. And as soon as we can, get the engagement research. Escalate engagement research.
We stand ready.
The machine cult is ready to be
Venerate the
requisitioned.
immortal Emperor.
Build it to gain access to vehicles.
For now, it would be a good idea for us to get heavy bolters mixed with the rocket launchers so that we can easily take care of shooter squads. We don't have grenade launchers for this level. Get another Space Marine squad, and once both heavy bolters are ready, we can start moving into battle.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Alright, let's do this.
With courage and honor.
Use our squads to jump on top of them, and then just beat the shit out of them.
Mind is like a
Yes,
fortress
most
with its gates
beneficent one.
unbarred and unguarded. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and
We
unguarded.
stand ready.
Hope is the first step on the road to
Oopsie daisy.
We are the
There is no
Emperor's
such thing
chosen.
as innocence, only degrees of faith. Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. I will destroy their minds. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Okay, wonderful. Next step, we can get the bionic war gear up and running. We don't really have to go for strength and power grid.
Venerate the
By the time that we start making mech, our
Squad deployed.
knowledge is power.
power is going to be
Hide it
banked up
well.
so pretty high that it's
Knowledge is
it's
power.
not something
Hide
we have
it
to worry
well.
about.
Praise the Emperor.
Get another Space Marine squad.
I will destroy their minds and burn their bodies. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Yeah, we can use the smite ability in a case like this. They will work
The immortal
very well
Emperor.
against the
There is
knob
no
squads.
such thing as innocence, only degrees of hate.
Should be noted these are heavy infantry, and this is where plasma guns become very handy.
Knowledge is power.
It should also be mentioned that I'm not a very big fan of making use of assault marine squads other than just getting on top of enemies quickly or doing harassment. Because this game's range capabilities are stronger than the melee, in my opinion at least, I'd rather just focus on getting lots of Space Marine squads, especially because of their versatility with weapons. They can do multiple things. Morale breaking, long range killing normal infantry, killing heavy infantry, getting rid of mech. It's just, yeah, I like mixing them up with what we will later get introduced to Terminator squads. But other than that, no. We can get this one next. Other than that, I just like sticking to normal Marine squads.
An open mind is like a fortress.
Now over here, there's going to be a big base that we need to take down. And like I said, after we capture this listening post, it is going to be our little base of operations. We're going to be building another barracks, in case. And just take it from there.
I will do as you ask.
We should get another Space Marine squad in the meantime. And of course get our vehicle cap increased. Do not get into battle with that killer can. Unless we have rockets to make use of, which we fortunately do.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Okay, gradually we need to build up our little squad here. Let's see what damage we can do.
What's your order? Yes, my lord.
Here to serve.
I stand ready.
Here to serve. I await your instructions.
Step on the road to
Let's get out of the way here.
For the glory.
Oh yeah, we have plasmas. I forgot.
Attacking as ordered.
Where's that
We are the Emperor's
killer
chosen.
can?
Attacking as ordered. We will crush the enemies of
Oh, anyways, we've got long range fire, so let's just use it to our advantage.
Yes, my lord.
There we go.
Ever vigilant.
As it gets too close, we just run away.
Attack protocol 23. None shall stop us. Initiating attack protocol 23. Attacking as ordered.
So yeah, here I'm showing you that micromanagement does have its place, does have its part to play.
With all due
Venerate the
haste.
immortal Emperor. I will destroy their minds and...
Okay, I definitely want to get at least one more Space Marine squad. Why? Because I would like to commit one of my companies completely to having rockets. Let's get our squad cap maxed out. And then let's assault this
The
base.
first step on the road to disappointment.
So yeah, at this stage requisition is looking pretty good.
Knowledge is power. I do well.
Get them. Oh, here we go. Here is the Big Mac.
Knowledge is power.
Strong little commander.
My knowledge is
But not strong enough.
none can stand before us. Hope is the first step.
Alright. Now I can commit one squad completely to rockets. And these rocket launchers are going to be used in order to help deal with the Squiggoth.
One step on the road to disappointment.
I await your instructions.
Knowledge is power. I did well.
Yeah, get them out of harm's way where we can.
Only degrees of guilt. Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Slag deposit is where we can get a massive boost to our power, which is exactly what we're going to be doing, but not just yet.
My faith is my
We
shield.
need lots of money to do so.
With courage and
Get out of the way before that librarian
Shall
dies.
no fear. Walk softly.
Guys, yeah, we kind of need to destroy the things here.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, We will establish a forward base at this location to facilitate ready access to Space Marines. We will need many to ensure the Warboss stands dead and buried, brother.
Yes, Lord.
Alright, are we gonna have...
Thermoplasma generators are available. They will provide us greater access to power.
The Emperor's chosen. Charge.
I await
Okay, so
your
as you can, here we go,
instructions.
thermoplasmic generators, very expensive, so our requisition bank is gonna take a bit of a knock, but it really does make a massive difference to your power,
Today, the enemy
to your
shall
power gathering.
Yes, my lord.
On alert,
Get those when
brothers.
you can.
The enemy must be nearby.
Ever vigilant.
Beware the alien.
Okay, so while we have
Here to serve.
pause going,
Yes, most beneficent
Objective
one.
achieved.
Praise the Emperor.
let's get our army back and running. We still need to get some
Today,
upgrades.
the enemy shall know fear.
Max everything out. It's not really needed to get flamers anymore. Our army
Yes,
is
most beneficent
strong
one.
enough in order to just deal with them as they get too close.
Engaging the enemy.
I will
Requisition
do
is
as
almost
you
banked at
ask.
100. Oh, I mean the requisition gathering rate is almost at 100.
Yes, Lord.
And next step will be to get our
While
machine
the
cult.
enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Here to serve. Here to serve.
None
There we
shall
go.
stop us.
I don't recall speaking about mines in the previous video. Mines are very good for giving you vision on the map. They're very good for scattering units when they step upon it, but it's also very easy to deal with them at the same time. So good idea to use mines, especially when you're facing against massive amounts of units.
Initial
But at the same time, it's not something I generally use, to be honest.
Heretic.
Not the most important thing to use, but of course,
Today, the enemy
every little
shall
thing in
know
this
fear.
game has got its uses.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. He who stands with me shall be my brother.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Brothers.
Okay,
The
one more
enemy must be
plasma.
nearby.
They're doing pretty fine over here. Another one for plasma that we need. And
He who stands
things
with
are
me shall
looking
be
pretty
my
good.
brother. Space
now,
Marines,
the Force
brothers.
Commander,
The
let's
enemy
attach
must be
him to
nearby.
one of our
Such
squads
things in
so we
essence.
can have more view of what is going on in our control panel. But also, we are now reaching that point where our commanders might end up dying very quickly.
Whirlwinds
So we don't want
and
to
their
just lose them.
long-range artillery are being made available.
Knowledge is
Build
power.
them
This
from the
day
machine shall be a
will.
glorious one for the Imperial.
Dreadnoughts.
My knowledge
Need
is at your
dreadnoughts.
disposal. Feel my wrath. There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
I did say it's probably a good idea to make another barracks, or yeah, chapel barracks, but I think we should be fine.
Stand ready.
Let's see whether I'm being arrogant or
My knowledge is at your
whether I'm
disposal.
speaking facts.
None can stand before us. I declare.
No, don't get into a fight.
Every mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Yes, my lord. For the glory of
My
the
knowledge is
Imperial.
at your disposal. Venerate the immortal Emperor.
What is your order? We will crush the enemies of the Imperial.
Nice.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
Yes, Lord.
Command me.
Yeah, can't wait to get the twin linked cannon. If you want to see how quickly a base can melt, you get yourself twin linked cannons.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Oopsie daisy, I forgot about the vehicle cap.
My knowledge is at your
Yes,
disposal.
Lord.
For the
My
glory
knowledge is at
of the
your
Imperial.
disposal.
Back to war.
Nearing the end of this level.
Yes, Lord.
With courage and honor.
I am the instrument
Yes, most beneficent one. I will do as you
An
ask.
open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. There is no such thing as innocence.
Even in death I still serve.
I await your instructions.
Fear not the Psycho.
Yes, Lord?
Even in death I still serve.
Oh yeah, something to notice. You see the sign over there.
Shall end you.
This is just basically stating that we are in a disadvantage of a defensive position, so definitely avoid those whenever you see them.
Hope is the first step on the road.
Alright, so this road over here is where we're going to be fighting the Squiggoth. Do not just charge in with your army. It's a better idea for us to get our faster moving units like the Assault Marine squads. Go and tempt them, and then it's going to bring out the Warboss and his Squiggoth.
Attacking as ordered. For the Emperor.
Oh, in this case, let's see who is stronger.
Look at that monstrosity. I have heard legends of such beasts, but I've never seen one. Men, concentrate your fire. We must take this creature down.
Okay, just completely focus fire. As you can see, 16,000 damage, and he destroys morale pretty quickly. It's just, yeah, this thing is pretty powerful. But like I said, it counts as a building. So we've got a lot of damage that we do to buildings, and we're gonna deal with him pretty quickly. A Squiggoth on its own is not that powerful of a thing to fight. A Squiggoth mixed with an entire Ork army, and that's a different story. And of course, not even our mighty dreadnoughts stand much of a chance against this thing, as you just saw.
Even in death I still serve.
Space Marines, advance! Follow me into battle.
Surprised that the Warboss didn't join this fight. But yeah, this thing is over and done with. Goodbye. Ah, there we go. A little bit too late, buddy, but here we go. Ork Warboss, as you can see, much stronger than the Force Commander. But on its own, nah, not a problem for us. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much over and done with the worst that this game has got to offer. Did I? Oh, just about to say. But I lost both dreadnoughts. Due to tanks. Yeah. Comes from the Imperial Guards Lehman Russ tanks. So these things are pretty powerful when facing up against infantry. Morale breakers.
There is no such thing as innocence.
Alright, let's add finishing touches.
I did well. Knowledge is power. I did well.
I await your instructions. Yes, Lord?
Fate is eternal. I have
The immortal emperor. There is no such thing as innocence. Only degrees of guilt.
I am ready to serve.
There is no such thing as innocence. Only degrees of guilt.
In this game, you're going to be pressing the hotkey R a lot of times.
Innocence. Only degrees of guilt.
Focus fire these tanks.
Venerate the immortal emperor.
Get them out of the way, and then we take care of the rest.
Fortress with its gates unguarded and unguarded.
Might lose my librarian now that I think about it.
And burn their bodies. Venerate the immortal emperor. My knowledge is at your disposal.
Command me.
An open mind is like a
It is
fortress
better
with
that
its
I
gates
for the
unbarred
Emperor
and
than live for
unguarded.
myself.
I shall obey.
Venerate the immortal emperor.
I am ready to serve. A war game. Identifying targets.
My knowledge is at
Even
your
in
disposal.
death I still
Fear
serve.
not the Psycho.
This course of action is unwise.
Oh, here we go. There's the other dreadnought. I'm wondering about that.
My mind is focused and ready for action. This course of action is unwise.
After this looted tank has been dealt with, let's pull back.
Knowledge is at your disposal.
See if we can get our morale up and running a bit.
My mind is focused and ready for action. My faith is
eternal. I have waited now before this day.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
You have enough dreadnoughts, that's for
I
sure.
have waited long for this day.
Fear denied. Enemies attacking.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
I am ready to serve. Again.
I stand ready.
Even in death I still serve. Burn, heretic. I am ready to serve. Again. Die! Die!
Fear
Die!
not the sight. I will destroy their minds and
Even
burn
in
their
death I still
bodies.
serve. Even in death I still serve.
I stand ready. There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
I am the instrument of his will. Faith is eternal.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. Fear not the sight.
Not really making any more units. It's only tanks that we have to worry about at this stage.
Immortal Emperor. An open mind is like a fortress with its
Even in
gates
death
unbarred
I
and
still
unguarded.
serve.
Venerate the immortal Emperor. Venerate the immortal Emperor. Feel my wrath. I will destroy their minds and burn their bodies unguarded. With courage and honor, I stand ready. I stand ready.
At last, back to war.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well. I stand ready.
Yes, most beneficent one.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for
There
yourself.
is no such thing as degrees of guilt. My knowledge of
I am ready to serve. Again. Die! I am the instrument of his will.
is at your
There we go.
Faith is eternal.
What's your order?
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Today, the enemy shall know fear.
I am the instrument of
4 dreadnoughts, quickly laying waste to an entire orc base.
faith is eternal. I am the instrument of his will.
There is no such thing as innocence.
I am ready to serve. Again. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
What's your order? Attacking as ordered. We will crush the enemies of the Imperial.
That should
An
be it.
open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Brother Tantheus,
Burned beyond recovery of his gene seed, along with Brother Michaelis. Nothing was left of them save for ash. They burned from the inside out.
anything else to report?
The Ork Warboss has been destroyed, but we saw a dropship leave the area. Captain, she bore the 8-pointed star.
The mark of the ruinous powers of chaos. The forces of chaos? Here? Now? Tartarus has endured several Black Crusades led by the terrible Chaos Champions. However, it seems too convenient that Orks and these heretics are here at the same time. But I trust the eyes of our scouts. Isidore, do you sense anything?
No, I have sensed nothing. But if the nature of Brother Tantheus' demise is any indication, then they would have a sorcerer with them who would be capable of masking their presence. Especially with all the background static caused by the Orks.
Ah, our honored guest has arrived. Who is it?
Inquisitor Mordecai Toth, protector of the Emperor's divine word and will.
Is he here to take command?
An Inquisitor may have near unlimited power. Yes, he can commission the service of any Imperial citizen, from peasant to planetary governor, but
I shall not cede command of my space marines to him, Inquisitor or not.
Then why is he here? Does he suspect one of us of heresy?
He is an Inquisitor. They suspect everyone of heresy. If chaos taints this world, then that explains his presence. We must share with him what we discovered. Inquisitor Toth, welcome to Tartarus.
Thank you, Captain. But we have little time for courtesies. You and your men must leave Tartarus. Now.
Alright, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of Mission 4 for Dawn of War, and also pretty much the end of the Orks. We will have a couple of skirmishes with them in the upcoming levels, but not having to face a magnitude of their army like this one. So now we're moving over to some new foes in Mission 5. Definitely stay tuned in order to see what happens further on. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Refer it to your friends who would like to learn about some Dawn of War. And I will see you in Mission 5, where we get to face a new foe.